Bitcoin, let's do a daily Thursday update. Just kind of an overview of Bitcoin to keep you updated for, low targets, high targets, everything in between. So we're going to look at the daily, the 3-day, and the weekly. So if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Follow us on Twitter, Telegram, Patreon for more content. Let's get right to it. The Gaussian channel right here in the background, right? We're in danger of potentially flipping red here, but, nothing we haven't done before. The previous two kind of, retraces, if you will, right? This guy here, we got this one here, and now our new one, right? The one we're currently in, right? We're approaching the bottom of the daily Gaussian channel. We're holding it so far. I mean, we're right on it. Let's zoom in here, right? So, zoomed in, we're trying to hold this as support. So we'll see if we can end up doing that. However, I don't think that's the biggest line, right? I think the biggest line here is, yesterday we closed right at the 100-day. That's the blue line here, right? And we wicked off of that previously, and we closed right on it yesterday. And opening today, you're seeing some move down. So we need to close back above that today, 28.7. If we don't, that increases the odds of even further downside. Now, nothing moves up or down, straight in a straight line, right? So we could have bumps and, ups and downs along the way. But if we close, under the 100, right? Under this blue line, 28.7, where's the next target that's logical on this page? Just looking at the daily chart, right? This chart in front of you. It's got to be this one. What the hell is this? That's the 200-day EMA. That's at 27.3. That's another 1,000 down from where we're at. So percentage-wise, looking, just shy of 4%. Not a major move, obviously not for Bitcoin or crypto. But let's see what we did, back in here, right? We held the bottom and then bounced back up. We held the bottom and then bounced up and kind of just oscillated. We ended up closing outside the Gaussian right again on the 100-day EMA before bouncing again back to the median line. So the median line right now, if we do get a bounce, is around 29.5. So keep that in mind to the upside. Between, today and tomorrow, potentially the rest of this week. But we held that as resistance back-to-back days and then back down again, closed big time through the 100 EMA back in June, early June. That was a major warning sign. We recovered immediately and then didn't recover immediately, right? Remember that fake out, the huge move down and then huge move up the very following day, right? Then we fell all the way down to the 200, right? Briefly closed, deviation below it, and then, kind of a fake out down, and then, back to new all-time highs again. So if we could potentially be looking at something like that again, it's going to depend on the closes. The closes are the giveaway, right? If you need help looking at the closes, put it on a line chart, and, it eliminates the wicks, right? Eliminates the noise. Here's our big, you want to look for decisive closes, not this little BS over here. Right, we're looking for major crosses of major lines, right? That's the big one, right? So watch for the close, right? It doesn't matter that we're below it now. It could end up being a wick. We could end up doing a long tail. We could end up a dragonfly doji, or we could be looking at, further. We could be at 27.5 by tonight, right? Wait for the close, right? We'll see the close. So one more thing. Let's just zoom out again and see one more thing I've just kind of noticed. On these previous two drops, this one's, not quite the same. Well, look at the angles, right? Look how severe this drop is, and a little bit less severe, right? If you're taking like the average, right? Just kind of the median of this, right? Less severe here, and then look at this one, right? Much less even severe. So I don't know what that means. You can tell me if you think you know what it means. Maybe it's bullish, maybe it's bearish. I would think that less severe corrections would be more bullish, right? So we're just kind of waning off. Right, it's hard to argue that that's not happening, right? A little bit steeper angle, less steep than this one. A little bit, still a steep angle, but less steep than the previous one. So we'll see if we can, if that translates. In hindsight will be 2020. We'll be able to see if that meant anything. Maybe it means we tested well below the 200-day EMA here. We tested just barely below the 200 EMA here. Maybe this means we'll not even touch the 200 EMA here, right? Maybe we reverse it like 28K or 27.9 or 27.8. Let's see if that has any significance on any other time frames. So if you asked for the 3-day, well, I'm glad you asked. Let's look at that one. So the 3-day, well, what the hell's that doing? Well, look at interesting note here. We are now pressing the 3-day lower Bollinger Band as we speak here, right? So odds of cutting right through this, it can go down, but look, you want to look for the Bollinger Band signaling that it's potentially going to happen. And we don't have that yet. Why? Because the mouth is still running flat, or I would say even argue down, right? If you're going to see a big move, the mouth is going to do something like this, right? Look back at any previous move. When you start to make a bigger move after, constriction, right? These aren't really great examples because look how damn wide the bands are, but, constriction, and then it starts to open again, right? But that was still kind of a measly move, right? We're talking about power moves. So if you're worried about, this kind of move happening, well, that top Bollinger Band will be your sign. If it starts to do this and we're moving down, then we're in a spot of bother. I think Winnie the Pooh says that, or Christopher Robin. It's been a while since I've watched that. Yesterday. Just kidding. No. Dad jokes aside. Okay. The 200 EMA right here in the pink. What the hell is that? Maybe we get a wick down. Maybe we get a spook crash to that line. What the hell is it? That's not just the 200 EMA. That is the 600-day EMA, right? We're on a 3-day chart. 200 on this chart is actually a 600-day moving average, right around 27,750 as of right now. Okay, so watch for that on the 3-day chart. Also looking at the Bollinger Bands, right? That'll be the giveaway if we're going to keep moving down, or if this is a fake out and we're getting ready to bounce back to the upside. Let's zoom out to our bigger chart, the weekly chart. We are now, the weekly Gaussian channel has been turned green, right? We tweeted that out last week, but we're holding now at the top line support, right? Top line support could be big on the weekly chart. So we want to not close inside of here. We could wick down further, right? We still have 3.5 days until we close this weekly candle. Where would we like to see a test of and not closing below? This guy right here, the 21-week EMA, right? The yellow line with the yellow arrow. Yellow, right? What's that number? I'm glad you asked. It's 28K, right on it, right? See the yellow number? See how I've coordinated those? Amazing. Yellow to yellow. Imagine that. So 28,000, right? We don't want to close below that. What is this blue line? Well, that's the 100-week EMA, 100-week EMA, right? So over 2-year moving average. We don't want to be messing with that, right? If we close under that, we're in trouble, right? At least for the rest of the year. I would say the rest of the year likely goes under 30K if we close under 28K. So if you can, use with that information what you will. I think that's high odds. However, the previous 2 moves down, right? Back in March, we hit yellow and did not close under. Again in June, we hit yellow, 21-week, big moving average for the weekly chart. You don't want to be closing under that in a bull run, right? Ever. Okay, so the 21 is at 28K. The 100-week is at 28K. That's major. If we close under that, we're in Christopher Robin or Winnie the Pooh, whichever one said it. Let me know. All right, so if we do that, what happens if the bad news bears hit? Showing my age. All right, so if they hit, then where do we go? Well, the odds are the next moving average, 27, but the bigger moving average is the most likely in my boat. That's the 200-week EMA. That's where we flipped. That's where previous resistance flipped to, right? Back-to-back resistance right here, right? We went up, right? That's the 200 is it, right? The 200-week, right at the lower Bollinger Bands, that's at 25.6. That's really about worst case scenario. The median Gaussian channel on the weekly has historically never been closed back below once we've closed above it. So we've done that. Look at how crazy we got. Wick to it, right to it. Now I'm Elmer Fudd. All right, so then we bounced off of that. So that just for S&Gs is at 24.3 as of right now. I don't think we're in any danger of doing that anytime real soon, maybe ever again. We'll have our signs, right? We have our safety nets if they get broken, right? The major safety net we need to not break is the 21-week EMA, which is at 28K. 28K is your biggest level to be watching right now. It doesn't matter if prices go through it. It's if this weekly candle body closes under it. That would be major bad news, right? And you can know, right, if you see that blue line closing under here, right, on Sunday. 3 days, 9 hours. So for the 4 of you still watching, appreciate it. Let's get to our quote of the day. Hopefully you got something out of this today. It's the friends that can... I read this previously and started to cry. It's the friends that you can call up at 4 a.m. that matter. Great. You have any of those? Maybe family. I have family, right? Family, but friends outside of your family. How many you got? My number's 0. All right, so car of the day. As promised, we're doing a little bit different ones for a little bit, right? Any guesses? Honda, Acura, right? You see the Honda, but it's really an NSX, right? In America, they're NSXs by Acura. Happen to have one right here. Looks pretty similar, right? Again, throwback to the early 2000s era where you had just stupid amounts of vinyl stickers all over your car, and it was the cool thing to do, right? There's that. That's the engine in the back for the NSX, right? Hopefully you knew that. If not, you're probably the 99% that don't give a shit about cars. All right, so let's go to the next one. I got a couple pictures here, just illustrate. Maybe we'll do more pictures. That's what y'all need. Honda NSX, Acura NSX, right? There we go. And side view and front view. All right, tuner cars. They were a massive thing back in the early 2000s. I had one. What did I have? For 50 gold stars. I might have mentioned it once, maybe a couple years ago. 50 gold stars to whoever gets the tuner car that I used to have. Maybe I'll show a picture next time. If you're lucky. If I get more than one person responding to this, that means more than one person watched this long. That would be a miracle in itself. I get it. It's boring. But boring times. Maybe we're getting some volatility now. I'll stop the rambles here. What do you want to see next? Cars? Car requests. I have to have the model, though. I feel like I need the model. I have a bunch, but I don't have... If you're going to throw out a 92 Fiat, I probably ain't got it.